Ever get that feeling, like when you're trying to, let's say, get someone to pay you back, but you really don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, is there a better way to handle these delicate conversations?
Oh, absolutely. It's a universal struggle, isn't it?
Totally, totally. And that's what I find so fascinating about the system we're diving into today.
Okay.
It comes from Michael Todd, a guy who spent his career in finance and accounting,
Right.
fields where, let's just say, directness can be the norm.
Yeah.
We've got excerpts from his writings, and, well, his approach is anything but what you'd expect.
It really is.
Mhm.
And what's remarkable about Todd's story is that he kind of built his whole approach around this idea. It pays to be nice.
Okay.
And he didn't just stumble upon this. Like, he honed this in some pretty unexpected places.
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Didn't he start out as a repo man?
He did, yeah.
Talk about a tough crowd.
Right.
What's he gonna do? Ask nicely for the keys back?
You would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But that's where things get really interesting, right?
Okay.
Because Todd wasn't like a naturally confrontational person. So the typical aggressive tactics just weren't really working for him.
So how did he turn things around?
Well, so instead of approaching these repossessions with that kind of hostility, he actually went out of his way to be kind and understanding.
I am hooked. Tell me more.
So, for example, instead of showing up late at night, demanding the car back, he would actually call the person in advance, explain the situation calmly, respectfully, and even, offer to meet them at a convenient location to pick up the vehicle.
Wow, that's a far cry from, like, the repo man stereotype.
Right.
But did it actually work?
It did. In fact, his approach consistently led to faster, less stressful repossessions. And get this, while his colleagues were, getting into arguments, even facing threats,
Oh, wow.
Todd was often able to de-escalate these tense situations just by treating people with basic human decency.
See, this is what I love about these deep dives. Totally changes your perspective. But if he was so successful with this approach, why wasn't everyone else doing it?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
I think it really boils down to a couple of things. First, there's this big misconception that kindness equals weakness,
Right.
especially in fields like finance or debt collection.
Yeah.
And second, Todd's approach, it wasn't just about being nice.
Okay.
It was about what he called structured kindness.
Okay, structured kindness. I like the sound of that. Break it down for me.
So it's about having a clear plan, right? But it combines empathy with consistent follow-up and clear communication. It's not about being a pushover.
Right.
It's about creating a system that really encourages cooperation, just by treating people with respect, even when they're in the wrong.
So it's like setting boundaries, but with, like, compassion. Right.
Absolutely. And the beauty of Todd's system is that he proved its effectiveness in a variety of settings.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't just a repo man thing.
So where else did he take this structured kindness approach?
Well, from the high-stakes world of repossessing cars, he moved into something seemingly less intense.
Okay.
A large accounting firm.
You'd kind of think an accounting firm would already have, like, a system down pat.
Right.
What could they possibly need structured kindness for?
It's funny you say that because their problem was almost the opposite.
Okay.
They were incredibly lenient with overdue accounts,
Really?
practically terrified of upsetting clients and losing business.
So it was chaos by being too hands-off.
Exactly. They were losing money hand over fist because they had no systematic way to address late payments.
Okay, so Todd walks in with this whole, be nice but have a plan approach. What happens?
So he implements a system that involves sending out these friendly reminders,
Okay.
offering flexible payment options, and most importantly, having these open and honest conversations with clients about their financial situations.
Okay. Yeah. Did he actually get people to pay up, though? Especially when they were probably used to just getting away with, delays.
You see, that's the thing about Todd's method. It worked like a charm. Collections improved dramatically.
Sure.
And it wasn't because he was, threatening anyone.
Right.
It was because he was treating these people with respect and understanding, which made them want to work with him.
It's funny how that works, huh? Treat someone like a human being, and they're more likely to actually act like one.
Right.
But this all seems almost too good to be true. Like, surely this structured kindness thing wouldn't work everywhere.
You might think that.
Yeah.
And frankly, so did Todd at first,
Okay.
until he landed in a place where you would least expect a debt collection system to actually thrive. a Catholic school.
Wait, hold on. A Catholic school?
Yeah.
Are we talking about nuns chasing down tuition checks with rulers?
Not quite.
Okay.
But think about it. You've got this whole culture of charity, forgiveness,
Right.
often dealing with, parents who might be struggling financially.
Yeah.
And to top it all off, a bursar who sounds like she walks straight out of a sitcom.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster, or at least like a lot of unpaid bills.
You'd think, right?
Mm.
But Todd saw this as like the ultimate test of his system's adaptability.
Okay, this is where my brain is like short-circuiting.
Mm.
A Catholic school?
Yeah.
How'd that even work?
Well, he couldn't exactly go around sending threatening letters
Right.
or impose like late fees.
Yeah.
Like he might in another setting.
Right.
He had to get even more creative with his kindness.
I'm dying to know, like, what does creative kindness look like in a Catholic school? Give me the details.
Okay, so one of the things Todd did was start sending these handwritten notes to parents who hadn't paid their tuition, expressing like genuine concern for their well-being
Okay.
and offering these flexible payment plans tailored to their situations.
Handwritten notes. That's it. No, like, guilt trips, no threats of, like, expulsion. That's wild.
It seems so simple, right?
Yeah.
But those personalized notes, they had a remarkable impact,
Really?
Parents who'd been ignoring like previous attempts to collect were suddenly opening up,
Wow.
sharing their struggles, and most importantly, they were working with the school to kind of get back on track.
So what you're saying is, like, a little bit of empathy went a long way. Any idea how much of a difference it actually made? Did they actually manage to, like, collect more money?
Oh, it wasn't just a small difference.
Okay.
Todd's system, it resulted in a significantly higher rate of on-time payments.
Hmm.
And get this, like during the first week of the next term,
Yeah.
the school collected double their usual amount in tuition fees.
Double. Okay, now that's impressive. Talk about a win-win, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like those parents really appreciated being treated with dignity, respect, even when they were in a tough spot.
Exactly. And that's the universal truth at the heart of Todd's system. It's
Yeah.
not about like manipulating people into paying. It's about like fostering a spirit of cooperation and understanding,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation.
It makes you wonder if it works in a setting as, like, unique as a Catholic school, where else could this be applied?
That's the beauty of it. While we've been, focusing on these specific examples,
Right.
the principles behind Todd's approach,
Yeah.
they're relevant to like anyone who's ever dreaded having a difficult conversation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Whether you're trying to get a friend to pay you back or negotiate a raise with your boss, even navigate a disagreement with a family member.
Yeah, totally, totally. So instead of gearing up for, like, a battle, we should be thinking about how to approach these conversations with, like, structured kindness.
Exactly. It's about like shifting our mindset, from
Yeah.
confrontation to collaboration.
Right.
Remember, empathy and effectiveness, they don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
They can be incredibly powerful allies.
This has been a real eye-opener for me. I'm definitely going to be thinking about this structured kindness approach a lot moving forward.
Yeah.
It's not just about collecting debts. It's about changing how we interact, with the world around us.
Absolutely, yeah. And who knows, right? By incorporating even a little bit of this philosophy into our own lives, we might be surprised by the positive ripple effects that we create.
So the next time you find yourself facing a situation that, makes you want to reach for your armor, remember Michael Todd. Remember his counterintuitive approach. A little bit of kindness combined with a clear plan might just be the secret to, to getting what you need and strengthening your relationships at the same time.
Now, wouldn't that be a breath of fresh air?